The probation period is not a safety net. It is a teaching window. Most NDIS providers think about probation the wrong way. Probation is discussed primarily as a legal mechanism, the period during which employment can be ended with minimal process if the person is not the right fit. The safety net, the exit option. And those protections are real and they matter. But when probation is understood only as an exit mechanism, something important gets missed. Probation is the most influential teaching window in the entire employment relationship. The first 3 to 6 months are when a new staff member is most receptive, most observant, most actively forming their understanding of what this workplace actually is. They are watching everything, reading the room, calibrating their behavior to what the environment rewards and tolerates. What they conclude in that window stays. Most providers use probation as a watching period. They observe, they hope, they wait to see how the person performs. And if nothing goes badly wrong, they confirm employment. What they do not do is teach. I learned this the hard way. A staff member reached month 4 with documentation that was consistently below standard. When I raised it formally, she said, "I didn't know that that was the standard. Nobody told me otherwise in the first 3 months." And she was right. The performance conversation I had at month 6 should have been a standard setting conversation at week 2. Using probation as a teaching window means actively communicating 3 things from day 1. What excellent performance looks like in this business specifically, how performance will be measured, and how feedback will be delivered so the staff member can orientate themselves. What support is available to help them meet the standard. Most probation periods communicate none of these things explicitly. They communicate implicitly through what gets addressed and what gets ignored. And implicit communication is inconsistent. It depends on how busy the week is, whether the issue was significant enough to raise or small enough to let slide. Explicit, structured teaching is consistent. It happens regardless of how busy things are because it is designed in. 3 costs of treating probation as a safety net. The performance baseline problem. When probation is a watching period, the standard that emerges at the end is whatever the staff member arrived with, modified by whatever they picked up through observation. And confirming employment without a clear performance conversation says what you have been doing is fine, even if it isn't. Changing that baseline after confirmation is considerably harder. Now there is a formal process. Now there is an emotional weight. Now there is a potential legal exposure. The retention paradox. Staff members who receive clear feedback during probation, even challenging feedback, are significantly more likely to stay than those who received no feedback at all. Absence of feedback does not feel neutral. It feels uncertain. And uncertainty in a high-stakes environment like disability care is exhausting. People leave not because the feedback was hard, because the silence was harder. The cultural ripple. Your existing team watches how you manage new staff. When new people are not held to a clear standard, high performers notice. They question why the standard is negotiable, and some of them adjust accordingly. 5 components of a teaching probation. A probation plan on day 1, not a compliance checklist. A genuine plan. What the period covers, what checkpoints will happen and when. What standards will be reviewed at the end. Specific, not vague, not high documentation standard, but progress notes completed within 24 hours, including these 4 elements. And here are 2 examples. A week 2 standard settling conversation, 30 minutes. A team leader walks through specific expectations across documentation, family communication, shift handovers, escalation. Then, do you have questions? Is anything unclear? Is there anything you need that you don't have? A mid-probation review at 6 weeks. A structured review against the standards covered at week 2. Here is what I have observed. Here is where I have seen the standard met. Here is one area I want to see development before the end of probation. One area, not a list, specific and actionable. A substantive probation completion conversation, not an email saying congratulations, a real review. Here is what I have observed across your probation. Here is where you exceeded the standard. Here is one area we will continue developing together. This signals the teaching does not stop at month 3. A framework your team leaders can deliver. If the teaching probation depends on you personally, it will not scale. Build the templates, train your leaders to deliver them consistently. Your one action. Look at the last staff member who exited your business. Trace backwards through their first 3 months. What was explicitly communicated about the standard? When was feedback given? Was there a week 2 conversation? A mid-probation review? Not to assign blame, to find the pattern. Then ask, if I used that person's probation as a teaching window, what would I have done differently in the first 6 weeks? Write that down. That is your teaching probation framework. Start there. Probation is not a safety net. It is the most important teaching window you have. Use it like it is. Hit subscribe if this reframe shifted how you think about your probation process.